Today I wanted to talk briefly about this picture, not this picture specifically in and of itself, but the painter or the drawer, the artist behind this print, which is my friend Faye, Alice Parsons. And Faye gave this to me at a gig of mine that she attended in London this year, around my birthday. And she had this amazing piece of wisdom for me at a previous event, and I wanted to just share it because after the gig that she came to in November, I was having all of this doubt and angst, and I was just really happy because I'd invited her and some other friends to my gig, and they came and they had a lovely time and they were beautiful, and I was just so glad that they that I shared that with them. And when I was saying to her, like, yeah, I feel like weird inviting people, I feel like weird direct messaging people, I feel like it's aggressive, even though I know that people don't see the things posted on social media, I feel like awkward about it, even though I have the impulse to invite people because I want them to be there and experience my gig, because I have a message, I have a thing that I want to share. And she said, don't hold back your love. Don't hold back your love. Don't hold back your love. And I just thought that that was really beautiful, just to think of what we are offering, what we are doing when we create things, is we're in this flow, we're in this intention of sharing something, and we want it to land on the other side with other people, and maybe there's a desire there for connection and love ultimately, and we want to share the love that we have found in the creation of the thing, and there's an excess there, there's a desire to express, to communicate, to have that heard in space, to have that seen in space, to have that received. That's a need, that's a human need, it's mammalian, and maybe there's something to look at in us when we do feel that need to suppress and like, okay, so I've done the thing and now I'm not sharing or posting or inviting people or putting it out there because I'm scared of it not being received. And then we start to hold back our love. And there's a fine line between, I guess, like sharing your love and like spamming and narcissistically sort of, needing people to validate you in a way that's not reciprocal. But ultimately, like, I think people really like to be invited, they like to receive and spectate and listen, and are open to, if they're open to the fullness of you, if they're open to seeing your vulnerability, your work, then they will appreciate that invitation. If people are annoyed that you're sharing yourself, or if you're sharing your love or inviting them to something, then why are you bothered that they are not responding or receiving? Because they obviously don't want to see you. And I certainly had this story and this habit of attaching to the people or the stories around people that don't want to see me and don't care what I have to offer. And it's like being more invested in the negative emotions that come from my stories about how, I've tried to share my love and it's not been seen or received. And I've been more invested in that a lot because of the negativity bias of attaching to the negative sensations and then trying to like problem solve and feel into those, rather than just focusing on the gratitude of the fact that, wow, like this number of people came to my gig, or this number of, it's not even about quantity, it's like just the sharing, the love, like share the love with no conditions. It's not about I give this so I get back. Yeah, we need to be received sometimes, but if you're not being received in the way that you hope, then maybe like you need to look at your own sort of conditional approach, because it's like then it's conditional love. Then I'm I'm giving to get, right? And I've been there as well, thinking that like I'm sharing this thing and nobody's reacted to it or responded to it or seen me or recognised it or whatever. Then it's like, okay, well, I wasn't sharing it just for the love of it, was it? I was sharing it to get something back, to be validated. And then we can't like just use people in that way, because people aren't simply there to validate us. So that's a reflection on not holding back our love, on keeping the conversation between these faces of, I feel like this is a beautiful image of the, I don't know, there's a sort of, yeah, maybe the shadow, can you see it properly? There you go. The shadow, the light and the shadow, and maybe there's a sort of monkey on the shoulder, devil on the shoulder voice there. But it's possible to not hold back our love, not share conditionally for the sake of being validated or received. Yes, admitting that we do have a need to be received, and also not giving up if something's not received, and making sure when we're not received or we're not reciprocated, that are we reciprocating and receiving ourselves? Because I had this thing with, you know, when I was like, the energy that I was inviting people or sharing things with was this like needy energy, and I was doing that rather than taking care of myself, when actually it would have been way better for me to meet my own needs, take care of myself, not just like give all my energy away sharing with the hope that it might give me something back. And there's a sort of maybe a codependency there with the audience or viewer or person that engages with your work, and the work as an extension of you. That's just my little perspective today. Thank you for watching and listening, and I am always available to receive people if people need to, yeah, just talk about their work and feel into some of these conditions and love, sharing, reciprocity, beliefs, need to hold back, impulse to share, desire to be seen, inability for that desire to be met. That's what Heart School can hold space for, and I am happy to do that, and I would love to do that. I love to see people receiving, sharing and doing their thing and sharing their love. Don't hold back your love. Thank you for watching.